Economic life. Pre-colonial period. During those forgotten days, life is placed in characterized by less economic and social pleasure than it is today. The Philippines had prosperous economic even before they were colonized by Spaniards. Archipelago was a genius habitat for our ancestors, given its vast land, marine, forest resources. Agriculture was the main source of livelihood and was abundance of rice, coconuts, sugar canes, and many other tropical crops. Relief Filipino were good agriculturists during the time of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi. Note the abundance of rice, fowls, wines, as well as great number of carabaos, deers, wild boar, and goats. Land cultivation. Plants cultivation was done into two ways: kaingin, tillage, or also called slash and burn method. Cutting. It is agriculture techniques that involves the burning of plants in forests or woodlands to create piles. Banawi rice terraces. Productivity was increased by the use of irrigation ditches, as evidenced by the world-famous Filipino rice terraces of Mountain Province. Duck culture. It was practiced by the natives, particularly those around Patiros and Taguig. This resembled the Chinese methods of artificial incubation of eggs and the knowledge of every phase of duck's life. Food preferences. This is a reverse trend on their food preferences before and now, because during pre-colonial period barangay communities, the amount of their foods that are needed to stay alive was very enough. And like now, we have abundance of foods because we create something useful.
Colonial period. The existing literature of the Philippines ethnic groups at the time of conquest and conversion into Christianity was mainly oral, consisting of epics, legends, songs, riddles, and proverbs. The Spanish colonial period
Of the Philippines began when explorer
Ferdinand Magellan came to the islands in 1521 and claimed as a colony for the Spanish Empire. That period lasted until the Philippine Revolution in 1898. Life in colonial America centered around the family. Most people work, played, learned, and worship at home. A large family was necessary in colonial days to get all work done. Children were expected to help with a share
of the family's work. Cultural history of the Philippines post-colonial period. Architecture. We have architecture, so we have nipa hut. It is the common form of housing among the native Filipino, and it's characterized by the use of a simple material such as bamboo, coconut as the main source of foods. Values. It is a set of values that a majority of the Filipino have historically held important. In their lives, this Philippine value system includes their own unique assemblage of consisting ideologies, morals, codes, ethical practices, ethics, and personal value that are promoted by their society. Family orientation. This is the basic of most important unit of the Filipinos' life is the family. And like in the Western countries, young Filipino who turn 18 are not expected to move out of their parents' home. Joy and humor. This is the famous traits and the ability of the Filipino to find humor in everything. It sheds light on the optimism and the positivity of the Filipinos in whatever situation they are. Religious and adherence. Is the Philippines proximity 85% Christian, mostly Roman Catholics, and 10% is a Muslim, with their 5% is belonging to the religious including the Taoism, Buddhism, and tourism of the highlands. Ability to survive. A Filipino as a person who have been constantly under the rule of numerous powerful countries have over time and develop a sense of resourcefulness of the ability to survive with whatever they have. Hard work in industriousness is the resourceful comes in hard work. Filipino are very determined in perceiving, in accomplishing the whatever they set their minds to. Hospitality is the foreigner who comes to visit the Philippines speak of Filipino, going out of their way to help them when lost or hard, warming generosity of a Filipino.